presentation. The 2017 Mercedes-Benz E300 car is all new. It's greater, better looking, more effective and more significant than some time recently. It's more mechanically progressed than the leader S-Class, with greater infotainment and well-being hardware. The E300 can for all intents and purposes drive itself. Contenders like the Audi A6, BMW 5 Series, Lexus GS, Jaguar XF, and Cadillac CTS can't do that, despite the fact that the American Tesla Model S can. The 2017 E300 vehicle is the first of the all-new E-Class. It will be trailed by an all-new 2017 E-Class wagon. The E-Class Roadster and convertible proceed as the past age. We have situate time in the new E300 and overwhelming rush hour gridlock outside Lisbon, Portugal, and road activity outside San Francisco. The new Mercedes-Benz E-Class car develops by 1.7 creeps to 193.8 inches in length, with a wheelbase that is 2.6 inches longer, at 115.7 inches. It weighs around 2 tons, and would measure progressively if not for the body's aluminum bores and higher quality steel. For the present, the new E-Class car has only one motor and transmission, the E300 with a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-chamber making 241 pull and 273 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 9-speed programmed. Race-wheel drive is standard, 4MATIC all-wheel drive accessible. The 2017 E300 is genuinely speedy, ready to quicken from 0 to 60 out of 6.2 seconds, while in transit to 130 miles per hour, but on the other hand it's rough. The active luxurious V6 motor the 4-barrel turbo replaces will be remembered fondly. 2 suspensions are accessible for the E300, and the taking care of changes with them. There is a firm multi-interface suspension with versatile dampers in either base or game, firmer, tune, or an air suspension with versatile dampers. Notwithstanding that, the wheel sizes go from 17 to 20 inches, mounted with various tires. It's not your dad's E300. Driving frameworks with modes are likewise accessible, economy, solace, game and game additionally, that modify the suspension, directing, transmission, and throttle. The 2017 E300 hasn't been crash-tried by the administration or protection industry yet. In any case, crash appraisals these days mull over not simply crash-worthiness, but rather crash aversion highlights, which is subjective. For instance, the new E-Class will move to another lane all alone, after the turn flag is on for 2 seconds. This is something to be thankful for. Why? Would anyone be able to other than us see the issues with that? Beginning with perhaps you'd need to give the individual behind you over 2 seconds notice. The administration and protection industry may state it's more secure than the driver settling on the choice to move to another lane when he or she sees that it's sheltered. Other well-being gear incorporates the auto-disclosing to you when it supposes it's the ideal opportunity for you to take a recess, a yell when it supposes you will crash, trailed via program braking, keeping up a correct separation to the auto before you at 130 miles per hour like a NASCAR driver, which means the person before you has his feet on your pedals. When he floors it at 10 miles per hour, your auto does. When he hammers on the brakes, your auto does. Another issue is irregularity. The auto driving turns itself off after around 20 seconds, possibly amidst your reasoning it's driving for you. What's more, the cameras that see the white lines at the edge of the street can't see a white line that is blurred. So you may figure it will shield you from running off the street, yet it just shields you from running over obvious white lines. It just knows a street is a street by their paint. In the meantime, there are potential excellencies. Another framework hits the brakes on the off chance that you don't see approaching cross movement, keeping you from being T-boned or T-boning another. It will stop or unpark itself utilizing a cell phone application. Also, there's a trigger that will expand a seat support that pushes the traveler 3 inches more remote far from effect. Lineup. The 2017 Mercedes-Benz E300, $52,150, comes in luxury and sport models, with race-wheel drive or E300 4MATIC, $54,650, with 4-wheel drive. Walkaround. Like the most recent S-Class and C-Class, the new E-Class is adjusted and good-looking, with a long hood and short trunk. It looks more casual than the more minimized C-Class. A profound line at the shoulders decreases under a precisely hung roofline to the LED taillamps with an enchanting example Mercedes-Benz calls Stardust. The luxury show gets a TriStar identification mounted on the hood, while the Sport Demonstrate gets it in the less ostentatious grille. Inside, the E-Class Lodge talks in a cadence of surfaces, wood and metallic weaves drove by soda and strikingly hued calfskin rising and tumbling from the entryway boards to the middle rear. It shines under 64 shades of encompassing lighting from ivory to purple, studded by roundabout air vents. The dash can be overwhelmed by twin high-res 12.3-inch show screens that supplant the checks and controls, albeit most E300s will accompany one screen and a great-looking arrangement of dials and atmosphere switches underneath. Setup of a move lever. There's a touch-delicate control puck for the command infotainment interface. The couple creeps of included wheelbase brings more inside space. Front seats have bunches of lumbar help, and accessible back rub. Raised situate is likewise somewhat greater, with a center armrest, cup holders, and accessible PC holder. There's a decision of Burmester sound frameworks that utilization basic parts of the body as detached speakers. One has 23 speakers and 3D sound. Driving impression. Until further notice, the 4-barrel E300 is the main E-Class car. It's no dragster, however it is responsive, with its 273 pound-feet of torque going to head down low at 1,300 revolutions per minute, giving great early increasing speed. Its moving 9-speed transmission helped keep it in the ideal spot of the power band. The 4MATIC all-wheel drive framework parts control front to raise at 45 hours 55 minutes. The standard suspension utilizes multi-joints and versatile dampers, and comes in base, firm, and game. Firmer renditions. A game-tuned steel suspension has a somewhat firm setup, however the air suspension and driving modes give the E-Class stunning adaptability. It can journey with bunches of suspension travel, moderate and smooth moves and light touch controlling in comfort mode, or approach AMG levels of heave and solidness when set in Sport Plus mode. The best suspension is called air body control, and, combined with the driving modes, gives the E300 immense flexibility, so we prescribe those alternatives, alongside 4MATIC all-wheel drive. They enhance the auto so much, we think they warrant the cost. The air suspension framework utilizes springs with 2 chambers for each front strut and 2 chambers for every back strut. The chambers blow up and collapse at lightning speed in view of sensor readings from the street. It brings down the ride stature on the expressway for better streamlined features and fuel mileage, and can raise it when more ground freedom is required. The modes are Comfort, Economy, Sport and Sport Plus. Solus offers listless controlling and moving, and protracted suspension travel. We frequently favored Sport mode, which brings the best bargain of a decent ride and snappiness from the throttle, guiding and transmission. Rundown. On the off chance that you'll be content with a 2.0-liter 4-barrel, and won't yearn for more power and smoothness later, at that point the E300 remains in the diversion. Yet, take a gander at the electronic takeover of your controlling haggle, before you believe it's a smart thought to surrender them to engineers who will never be in the auto with you. Sam Moses added to this report.